my name is Melody Sims, and I will be doing my final repertoire project over Nymphs and Shepherds by Henry Purcell. The recording is 1 minute and 45 seconds long. Nymphs and shepherds, come away, come away. Nymphs and shepherds, come away, come away, come away. In the groves, let's sport and play, let's sport and play, let's sport and play. For this is Flora's holy day, this is Flora's holy day, this is Flora's holy day. Sacred to ease and happy love, to dancing, to music, to dancing, to music and to poetry. Your flock may now, securely rove, whilst you express your jollity. Nymphs and shepherds, come away, come away. Nymphs and shepherds, come away, come away, come away. Okay, so let's analyze this piece. There are two main topics that I'm going to be talking about. The first one is motives, which I have marked in red above the staves. And then the second topic that I will be talking about is texture. So multiple motives are able to be identified within this piece. There are these bigger phrases, nymphs and shepherds, come away, come away. And then within that, there are these sort of repeated little tiny motives that show up both in the melody and in the accompaniment. So I think it's interesting that within these repeated phrases, they're identical in rhythm, but sometimes, like here, they'll change in pitch just a little bit. I think it's able to be identified a little bit later in the piece with some of the different phrases, like it'll go up a step or something like that. And so I think it's interesting how it sort of ties with the form a little bit. There's sort of this call and response relationship that exists between the melody and the accompaniment. It's sort of able to be identified like a little bit here, da 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 da. And so you can see here where that's the same pattern, but it changes in pitch, like I mentioned. And so I think that the chord progressions, they often share the same type of relationships between the chords, even if the pitches are a little bit different. So okay, moving on to texture. I wanted to say that there's kind of a difference near the beginning of the piece and the end of the piece. So for the texture, I was saying that it was mostly homophonic. During these blue highlighted parts, you can see it's very homophonic. But then later on, we start to have, we got the call and response, which is a little bit of polyphony. Switch to the next page, please. And here you can see there's a little bit more of an advanced relationship between the accompaniment and the melody. There's sort of that polyphony where that's different. They might be sharing some of the same beats, but it's sort of a different idea. and then there's more of that call and response, and then here it gets a little bit more complex. They have the sort of same call and response with the rhythm being the same, but it gets a little bit more complex there. Ooh, that's interesting. Well, overall, that's more what I was trying to say. Yeah. So I'll just move on to that slide myself. Right here, I was wanting to bring up. Okay, if it moves to it. Regardless, I think there we go. There's more of that homophonic relationship there, but then you can see here some of the polyphony starts to show. And I wanted to mention how the tonality can change just slightly. In these parts that I've highlighted in pink, there were accidentals that suggested a minor tone. So possibly we have mixed modes going on. And I think overall, the tension within the piece is brought by having sort of like this homophonic, very interesting harmony that's happening. And then it switches to something a little more familiar, like the melody, and sort of has that release, goes back to tonic for a bit. And overall, it just has a different character than the melody. So yeah, that is my presentation, and I hope you enjoyed it.